Many churches and ministries are using technology to spread the gospel around the world. Between the internet, mobile phones, and social networks, the opportunities are many. And joining us today is Craig Von Busek. He's the author of Netcasters. Here's that book. He says those opportunities also exist for individual Christians as well. Craig, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
And we need to tell our audience that you're a part of our CBN family and you work with CBN.com as part of our spiritual life ministries.
That's correct.
All right. Well, tell us, first of all, how did you come to write Netcasters? And again, the title says, Using the Internet to Make Fishers of Men.
Well, part of our role here at CBN.com is to not only reach out to people through the Internet with the gospel, but also to equip people with the tools to them take the gospel out to wherever they may be. So one of my roles here at CBN.com has been to be part of the Internet Evangelism Network, which is a network of different ministries that do just that. They work together to equip people to do Internet evangelism. And so over the years, I've met a lot of different Internet evangelists. I've been involved in the Internet Evangelism Day, which happens every spring. It's a day where we promote Internet evangelism through churches, media ministries, and so forth. And so I saw how this was a growing opportunity for the church to get involved. You know, Jesus said to go to the highways and to the byways, to go to all the nations with the gospel. Well, what a better way to go to the world than through the World Wide Web? And so it's an amazing tool that the Lord has given us to take a quantum leap with evangelism. And it was time for a book like this to be done, to give tools to people to say, you too can become a netcaster and cast the net on the net.
Talk a little bit about the book specifically. What do you hope readers take away from this?
Well, it's really just what I said, and that is that each individual person is called to take the gospel to their sphere of influence, whatever that may be, whether it be across the back fence to the neighbor or across the world through the World Wide Web. And so what I'm trying to do is to encourage people to catch a vision for evangelism, not only through the web, but just wherever they may be. But this is a wonderful tool, and the whole idea of what has taken place on the web with what we call Web 2.0, with social networks, Facebook, MySpace, and those kind of things, YouTube videos and so forth, is that there are conversations happening all the time online where people are meeting people, sometimes across the city and sometimes around the world, but they're getting to have these conversations, and this is a wonderful opportunity like never before for Christians to take the gospel to the highways and to the byways. The Apostle Paul did it with Romans roads, with Greek language, with sailing ships. You fast forward to the Reformation, you see how Luther used the printing press of his day to take the message of the Reformation, and it spread like wildfire throughout his world. Well, that's all we're doing now, is just like Pat Robertson harnessed satellite technology to take the gospel through television. We are now recognizing that the internet is all the different media brought together in this one place. So you've got print, you've got conversations, you've got video, you've got these kind of chat rooms and message boards, and you've got social media where people can have conversations, can build true relationships online. I'll give you an example. I've got a friend that we met through the Spiritual Gifts webcast here on CBN.com, and his name is Karpule. And Karpule doesn't speak English. He's from Hungary. But what he does is he watches the webcast on CBN.com. He translates the stuff from the chat room through a translation program into Hungarian. Then he translates his answers back into English, and he sends them back and forth. He and I have built a relationship. Just today on Facebook, Karpule went online to say, I really love the Rosh Hashanah bonfire. It was great.
That's wonderful.
And this is the kind of thing that can happen now through the internet, and people can use it to share their faith with others who are seeking.
And people who are going to see this interview, what would you tell people if they want to become a netcaster? What do they need to do first?
Well, first buy the book, get involved. But there are so many ways now, Mark, for people to get involved, whether it be through their local church, whether it be through a ministry like, for example, Campus Crusade for Christ. Highly recommend their site, Global Media Outreach. Last year, in 2009, they had more than 1 million people around the world accept Jesus as their Savior through that one web ministry. A million people. And so someone can become what's called a global missionary online missionary through global media outreach. And there are so many other ways. I have a list of just dozens of different ways that people can get involved through the book.
Okay, Craig. Once again, the book is called Netcasters, Using the Internet to Make Fishers of Men. This is wonderful. I'll tell you what, the Internet is really making our world small, and there's no excuse to not evangelize through the Internet.
That's exactly
That's right.
right.
And you can find this at shopcbn.com, right?
That's right, or in their local bookstore.
Okay. Thanks again, Craig. We
Thank
appreciate
you, Mark.
it.
I appreciate it.